Okay, we are live. Hello, Dr. Trufena Choti. How are you? Are you there? Trufena?
I am. It's kind of breaking, but I hope it can stay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
You're good?
I am good.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, although it's breaking. I don't know why, but I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes. You're good?
We are good.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. Hello, how you doing? I have to apologize. Actually, now the dogs. Wait for a minute. Okay. Okay. So I first of all want to apologize to our faithful followers and thank them and tell them that I never came up back to tell them why my husband and I have not been coming to the show because our 11-year-old son, Movie, is in a soccer team that has games on Sundays. So I'm looking at him. He just came back because we used to have a show every Sunday at 3 p.m. with my husband. And I never took time to come and tell them that we are not able to come because of this game that is ongoing. And as usual, you have to save yourself first. So with that said, thank you so much for tuning in. And I decided to look for Dr. Trufena Choti myself. I received an invite from one of my friends, Vera, who lives in Maryland. And she told me there's something that is very exciting that is going on. And I was very much excited. Besides that, I lost my cousin, my first cousin. Our fathers are brothers a couple months ago. And I cannot even begin to tell you how the Maryland family came through for my cousin. I was far. I used to come there every now and then. But Dr. Trufena, I have to thank everyone in your team. Not only he was sick for such a long time, you guys cared for him, but you came through to support us during his send-off. And your husband chaired the fundraiser. And I will forever be grateful for what your family did for us. Thank you so much. So with that said, Trufena is here and she's going to tell us why she's here and why I looked for her. I've not even personally spoken to you, Trufena, to even know what you're doing and what this is all about. Vera just sent me a short text and I said, you know what, I will just come. So you're here. I looked for you today to tell us what's happening and where and what you're all about. So Dr. Trufena, you are welcome and I'll pass the mic to you to introduce yourself.
Sorry, the phone got interrupted. I'm streaming through the phone. Thank you, Penny, for your time and for having me on your show. It's a great honor. And just to let you know, because maybe I haven't told you, but your cousin was my teacher in high school at Kerere Girls. So he taught me history, and the history I have in my head is from him, and I'll forever miss Dr. Mbati.
Yes. He was a very smart guy.
So we have
connection.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Very, very, very smart, and actually they had a very special connection with my mom. They were very close friends because every time he saw my mom, he told me he saw his mom. So they could talk for hours. So my mom also lost a friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm telling
So
you,
thank you so
there's that
much
saying
for
in
having
Swahili
me on.
that's Fimbo ya mbali haiui nyoka. You guys were the ones present for my cousins, so I'm grateful.
Thank you so much. It's kind of I
You're
don't know why
losing
the network
connection.
is wavering. I'm not sure why.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
You're clear on my end. You're good.
Can you can hear me? I don't know
Yes.
why it's wavering.
Maybe because
Okay.
you're outside.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Maybe because
What do
you're
you say?
outside, your network.
Yeah, maybe because I'm outside. You know what? Let me step and open the door, maybe.
And shared. You're clear.
Okay, maybe that will make it stronger. Can you hear me now?
You're very clear on my end.
Okay. That's awesome. So we can continue.
Yes, Rufena. Go ahead.
Yeah, did you want me to speak about anything specific?
So what you're going to do for us, because I told you personally, I don't know what you're doing. So we are going to start by you telling us. I have no idea. I just jumped in because you guys were there for me.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, let me just jump in. So I'm jumping in. Tell me what I'm jumping into.
That's right. So thank you so much for having me, and I want to thank the viewers who have joined in just to listen, to learn about Afri-Thrive. If I can just introduce myself, Trofena Choti, all the way from Kisii, living in Silver Spring, Maryland. This has been my home for the last, I believe, 17 years. I've been in the US for the last 22 years, actually, now, because I came 2000 up to now. So, Maryland, I've been there for 17 years. And all the 17 years that I've been in Melbourne, I've been working in international development. I'm an international development professional because that's my area of study. That's what I studied for. And so I help government solve social issues. And I'm very passionate about food and education. I look at the interplay between food and education, especially when it comes to education achievements, what especially school meals means for the child, or eating well at home means for a child's performance in school. So that's my area of specialization. And so I've been helping African governments, especially ministries of education, start school meals so that children who come from home and they don't have something to eat, they can eat in school and they can learn because their stomachs are full. Having a teaching background, I know that a child who is coming with an empty stomach, oh my, it's a stone. I had to scare anything you're telling them because they are always, the stomachs are grumbling. So I fast forward, after working with about 20 governments. I traveled in Africa from west to the east to the south. I've been all those places. I figured especially during the COVID pandemic, like I was tired of traveling and I needed something to do. And I looked at my community, and during COVID, there was no food and people were struggling where to find food. So I started off with my husband. We activated, initially we were going to Costco, buy food, share with neighbors. But then, there's so much you can share using your own funds. It was like getting expensive. So what I did it, I reached out to my networks networks are really, really key. I tell you, Penny, when you have good networks, there is nothing you cannot get. So I reached out my networks and I say, hey, my people need food. How can I get food to get to my people? And the networks I reached to, responded. I had wonderful organizations respond, like the DC Central Kitchen, and I had other organizations, Food Manor, the other organizations like the county government respond, and we had food. And so we started serving a few people. Then eventually, I thought, hey, this has become really like a full-time job. How can we do this? So we registered Afri-Thrive and started serving people. Started by serving in my county, Montgomery County, then reached to Baltimore, then PG County. So we are serving 3 counties. So Afri-Thrive is a nonprofit organization that is increasing access to culturally appropriate food. Our millet flour, wimbi, our managu, chinsaga, and the rest. And we also have a youth component where we mentor youth who are in middle school and high school.
Uh, and you've given like a short story of how you started. When did you register the organization? And you've said what inspired you to, how you were inspired to start. So when did you officially become a registered nonprofit organization?
Afri-Thrive was registered earlier than I started because I registered Afri-Thrive in 2019, but I did not start activities because 2019 I was really busy hopping plane, coming back, and because I had like 50% travel. So I could go to Africa, come back after 2 weeks, I'm going out again. So there wasn't really activity with the organization, but I registered 2019. So I started activities the summer of 2020.
And then the next question is going to be, we were talking about the gala today, that you're having an upcoming gala. What prompted you to come to a point where you're thinking that I need to invite Kina Penny and so we can all come together and create this awareness? Because you've covered, definitely you've covered what you guys are doing at the moment. What inspired you to start the gala, and is this going to be the first gala?
Thank you, Penny. This is going to be the second annual gala. We started last year. We had children who won the program last year and they were graduating. And we figured instead of each child trying to get their own graduation party, and some parents maybe do not have what it takes to have a graduation party, we decided, let's host a graduation party, really a big graduation party. So we invited families.
Like cover everybody. Yes.
Yes, let's bring
Yes.
everybody. We
Yes.
brought in about 20 young people who were graduating, those
Yes.
from high school, those from college, while some were doing masters. So we did a mass graduation party. And so this gave us, a chance to reward and appreciate the efforts made by these young people, and also raise awareness for the community. Hey, graduating is no mean feat. You gotta have to be patient, especially in this country, to finish up to graduation. So it was more of like a mass party for the kids. And then from that, an idea came, hey, let's have a gala so that we can, last year when we did it in a church basement. It was a short time. We had a good DJ with the music, but then, as per the regulations, you cannot stay at the church premise beyond 10 p.m. So, and summer 10 p.m. is still like light outside.
Yeah.
So people were like, we need a proper place where we can enjoy. So that informed our choice for the venue for this year, which is the Hilton, Washington, D.C. Rockville Hotel.
Amazing. And let's talk about what's going to happen on the night of the gala. What do you have planned for the day?
We have, yes, thank you, Penny. We really have a night that is going to be memorable, because in this night, we have a night of entertainment. We have one of the famous DJs in town called DJ Mike is going to be entertaining people with various lovable music. Zilisopendwa. Then we will be having a live performance by Migi Champ and Mr. Ngengo. Those who have listened to the two artists from Kenya, they'll be here entertaining. We also have food lined up, delicious food by Chef Gamarael, is of African origin, so you will have the African touch
Oh,
and the food
wow,
that is
that's
lined
nice.
up. Very delicious food. Yes, we chose an African chef because we really want to promote our culture. So it's gonna be all African night.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have the evening with awards. We have awards that we are going to nominations. We carried nominations during the past 2 months, and w- nominations were submitted. So we're going to have professional awards. We are going to
Are we
have
talking about
awards.
young people? Sorry, Trufena. Are we talking about awards for young people or adults? Who are these nominated people?
We have two types student nominees. We have outstanding students who have really done very well and they have balanced their studies to achieve, and they have also shown impact in the community throughout their life studies. So that's going to be an outstanding student that has also made it. We also have professional award, people who have made impact in terms of things that are relevant to Afri-Thrive mission. So if they have used their professional jobs to impact the community, we
Mhm.
have nominations for those and we'll be unveiling out. So we will be having awards for that night. We also will be having, apart from the awards, we will be having auction. We are going to have live auction, and we have items that have been lined up for auctioning. We have computers, we have monitors, we have TVs. So there's a lot of things that are there.
Trufena, if I have to remember to call you Dr. Trufena because I think it's so important. Dr. Trufena, this I know you earned it. These nominations for the student and nominations for the people who have given back to the community. Is it based in your local community in Maryland, Baltimore area? Like,
Yes, it's based in the DMV area. Somebody from Maryland, Washington, D.C., Virginia.
okay.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I know for sure that you mentioned was the vendors. Me being one of the vendors because I run my own business, I'm self-employed. You have the opportunity for those people who have businesses to market themselves and have a table on that day. I don't know, I don't have the information. Maybe you can give that information to those people who are interested.
Yes, anybody interested to have a vendor table, please contact me. The number to contact is 240 706 1517. Send a text message and express your interest for a vendor table. We have a few tables left because since we announced, we have gotten an overwhelming response, but we do have a few tables left. Our table goes for $200 if you want to sell or recruit people for your business. We will welcome you to come and display for the evening, and it's going to be from 6 to about midnight.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then the other question that I wanted to ask you, for those ones who are watching, we have people who watch us from around the world, and they would like to be a part of what you're doing, how can they support the mission and vision for Afri-Thrive?
Thank you, Benny. Afri-Thrive is dedicated to supporting Black immigrant families, and our focus is on increasing access to culturally appropriate food, developing youth skills, and also economic opportunity. In our economic opportunity section, we are trying to support African businesses to thrive. And so we do businesses. Our first priority, if we have to buy anything, we are giving these people a priority to sell to us, like the food, other things. We advertise and we get vendors who are Africans as a first priority. We also doing a mentoring program to ensure that our children succeed. And this gala is meant to support the children in our program. It's expensive to run a mentoring program, so the proceeds of the gala is going towards the mentoring program. And if anybody is not coming to the gala, we appreciate your support. If you can go online at www.afrithrive.org and you can click on donate. Please, we welcome your donations. And those donations will go towards running specifically the mentoring program, because we believe, Penny, unless we support our children, they're going to be lost to the drugs. They're going to be lost to, there's so many things competing with the gangs and everything for our children. So when they are in a mentoring program, they are really kept together with the others, and they are helped to navigate middle school, navigate high school, and eventually graduate to college. And we try to see where we can find internships for these children also to take. And by the way, Afri-Thrive also provides opportunities for the children to earn service learning hours, which is required for graduation. Like where I am in Maryland, you need 75 hours to graduate. And we do encourage parents to enroll their children in our program towards getting SSL hours. Yes, and I'm telling you, Caucasian parents know this more than we do, and they are volunteering. Whether it's did I say we run a community garden? We have a 2-acre farm where we grow managu, we grow chinsaga, we grow kunde, and all those things. And those parents bring their children to work in the farm, help putting mulch, help wood chips, help making beds or watering, and in the process they make hours, or they come because we do food distribution every Friday. We do give out food to the community. They come and help out with food distribution, so at the end of it they are getting hours which will enable them be ahead of the curve. And when I tell you, if a child gets 500 hours by the time they graduate high school, that child qualifies to get a free ride to college. And that's something that parents don't know. So parents, instead of having the child play those PlayStations the whole day, get them out and let them earn hours, because when they get that scholarship, you don't have to take a loan for them. They get free ride to college.
So, Dr. Trufena, let me tell you, to be honest with you, I think that's how Vera sold me into this whole idea. You just nailed it.
Yes.
Because Vera, we were talking, and I have 3 children in college. But what you're saying, I got the memo in a church that I joined when I moved where I am now.
Yes.
And when I entered that church, I found the church members, which the church is predominantly white, with a few Africans and a few Black people in the church. And I had got my children into serving without knowing that it was something that we were going to use. I put them to serve because I wanted them to learn leadership skills, because there is no any other way to learn how to lead. So I put them in the children's ministry. And then I was also leading, working with children. And then I found these kids coming. My kids are like 5, 6. These kids coming with papers that, Miss Penny, could you please sign this for me? Then I'm like, what is this?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Only to come to find out that that was community hours that they were trying to gather for them as they're preparing to go to college.
That's right.
And I want to tell you, I proudly want to tell people that I have children that benefited from that program of community service. And all they did was serve, like when the kids are coming in, sign them in. When the
Yes.
kids are going out to play, they watch the kids, little kids. We started
Yes.
from infants to like 12 years old. So
Yes.
when Vera was talking to me about that, and then the other thing that I think she mentioned that I liked was where if you guys grow, or rather where you've grown, you can have after school programs for our Kenyan American children, let's say, to start with, because for so many reasons, most of us work 2 jobs. So you
Yes.
find that a parent, for them to have a roof over their head, they could be a single parent, they could be 2 parents, they have to work 2 jobs to be able to meet the financial needs that they have. So
Yes.
the way your program is going or works, or maybe it's going to work, is for you guys to meet somewhere with these kids, and in that setting, you can help these children with homework. Here, we didn't have that. I was paying someone twice a week to tutor my children.
Yes.
I was taking my children every Wednesday to a church. I was taking my children every Tuesday to a YMCA. I was taking my children to a Chuck E. Cheese. But I did that because I had a supportive husband and I was available between 3 to 11. And if I can speak about Maryland, Baltimore area, I have a lot of Kenyan families that are going through crisis with their children. And we are going through the crisis, not just them, but where there is like a city, your children are likely to be suctioned in easily into a community that you don't even know about, because you go to work, you come home, you don't know what's happening out there. And when Vera told me about your organization, it just blew my mind. I was extremely impressed. And then to top it, you have a farm where these kids can come and participate and see how food is grown, so they can plant their strawberries. You can give them a little space to put their cucumbers. They can plant and eat their own food instead of playing video games or being on TikTok. And that is really the beauty of what you are doing. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. We hope to grow and have more, because our ideal is to have a community center where we can have all these after school activities, and where these children can play, they can eat, they can socialize, and also where the parents can meet. And of course, we are expanding our farming activities. Like now, we have a farm in Montgomery County. We're expanding to Baltimore. So we'll be having another farm in Baltimore to make it closer to their families to get there and plant the food that they need. And that is our vision. And as well, we are just expanding to get into the public schools, whereby we will be establishing school gardens in the public schools, so that it can be part of the curriculum, because we are moving towards eating healthy, and eating healthy is knowing where your
The
food
food
comes
comes
from.
from.
Exactly. So they need to embrace the eating healthy by understanding where their food has come from, not just embracing, fast foods, through McDonald's and all that. So we hope that we can create a change in the community and get rid of these lifestyle diseases that are impacting our community by having the younger generation embrace healthy eating.
That is so amazing. I can't begin to tell you. Can you imagine you grow? We buy frozen food from the shops where we buy.
Yes.
But if we did the gardening, which I'm doing and I'm very passionate about it, we are going to grow our managu. We are going to
Yes.
grow our saga. We are going to grow all those beetroots, all those vegetables that we like, and then we freeze them for the winter and come back again the next season. We can grow. And the other thing our children are going to learn from gardening is to trust the process. You have to plant a seed. You have to water the seed. You have to prune the seed. You have to protect boundaries, protect the seeds from the animals. You know how the ecosystem works.
Yes.
Then you have to harvest, and then you have, so if we moved our children to these community activities, especially where we are doing what you're doing, the children will learn that everything is a process. Nothing just happens.
Yeah.
With that said, I'm going to ask you to tell us the location where the event is going to be.
Our gala event is going to be in the Hilton, Washington, D.C., Rockville, Maryland. It's 1750 Rockville Pike, Maryland. So if anybody can Google Hilton, Washington, D.C., Rockville Pike, you will find the location.
And the time the guests should start arriving. And I see there's a dress code. That's even the beauty of this event. Now that's what I want to hear.
And you know, Farah is behind the dress code.
All right.
You know,
Yeah.
Farah is the co-chair for the event, and I'm really
Yes.
excited working with Farah. Dr. Farah is awesome. So she's
Nice.
behind the color code.
Yes.
So we're going to have a combination of white and purple for the evening.
Yes.
And the doors open at 6 p.m. And we have tickets are going for $100 per person. That's for the regular tickets. And we have a VIP session. VIP session is going for $250. And this is going to anybody who buys the VIP ticket, we have a gala event that is networking, cocktail event that is networking, engaging with other people and getting the contacts. And I tell you, Penny, you know, growing your network is growing your net worth.
And
so we are
that's the
getting
night
that
before.
opportunity.
Dr. Choti.
No,
That's
the
the night before. The VVIP is for the night before.
It's gonna be the same day but different hour.
Oh, so the VIP.
Yes.
No, the regular ticket
The
is
VIP will come early.
But the regular ticket is from 6 to midnight.
Yes.
The VIP group is coming in early before the actual event.
Yes.
You didn't finish talking about the dress code. I saw a color on the flyer. Let me see. Where is it? I saw a color. So maybe Vera put this because you put her in charge.
Which color did you see?
Vera, let me see. I saw. Where is it? I'm sorry, guys. I saw it somewhere. Hold on.
Okay, it will come. Yeah, Dr. Farah and Dr. Enoch Bonyi are the ones driving this gala, and we have quite a number of chairs for different areas. Sponsorship chair. We have program chair. So we have a team. Is a very big team that is planning this gala, and it's going to be a very memorable night.
Now she's written cocktail attire, black and purple. So which one is the cocktail?
Cocktail is a comfortable clothing. It is more like a semi-formal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's cocktail. So somebody can just Google cocktail attire and you can see pictures. Something that makes you comfortable. You're able to mingle with the crowd.
And she has put black and white. So there is the color too. I mean, no, black and purple.
Yeah, if you get a combination of both, you're fine. If you get a purple one, you're fine. If you get a black one, you're fine. So it's a blend. So
So with that said, the other thing I want to talk about us Kenyans, there's some of us who like to dress for no reason. Like I just like to dress. I could be just going somewhere and I'm all dressed up.
Yes.
But the thing that I'm seeing, and thank you, Dr. Trufena, for making this event. The thing that I am very, very excited about is the upcoming events that our Kenyan Americans are doing, taking the step of faith to put an event together that is going to cost thousands. And we are going to put expectations on our guests to stop what they are doing, put their scrubs aside, put their work clothes aside, church clothes aside, go out there and buy a nice outfit just for the gala, for that one night. And it's not a wedding, it's not a funeral, it's nothing but a night of celebration where we are giving back to our community. I think that is so priceless to me.
Yes. It's going to be memorable because, I mean, we were closed down with the COVID pandemic. Imagine,
Yes.
Penny, for 3 years, we haven't had people celebrate, gather together. This is that one time. You just want to not think about anything else. Come with your loved one, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever, whoever you have. Just come. And, the beauty of it is that you can tell me if you want a table with your 10 friends, you can just send information and I'll give you a table with your 10 friends and you occupy that table and enjoy the evening. So it's going to be memorable.
Now, I had forgotten that, but I'm glad you said that.
Yes.
Are children under 18 allowed to attend the event?
Yes.
And are their tickets have the same price with the adults? It's per person because it's
per
a chain.
person. Yeah, it's per person.
If somebody wants to bring their children, they can just buy a chair. If they're buying a chair, but the children are welcome.
The children are welcome. And the parent will have the responsibility for controlling them because we don't have, a babysitter for the evening. Maybe that's something we can think about in future to have a separate room for the kids. But for now, you're coming with your children, you're buying tickets for them if you want to come, but make sure you are controlling your children because we don't want to be seeing kids running around, uncontrollably. So if you're bringing your children, make sure they are those children that can sit on the chair and follow the program for the evening.
Dr. Trufena, thank you so much. There's nothing that warms my heart like seeing people who are giving back to their local communities or outside communities without expecting anything back. And it is always heartwarming for me to see our immigrants who have lived here and have finally decided that, you know what, I got this. I can step out of my comfort zone, bring the community together. And I really think, Dr. Trufena, you're well traveled to shift the mind for for immigrants. We double dip. We are thinking we are going home and we are here. But for you who've taken this step to start such things, you've shifted your mind and you've thought about the future generation who are the children who are, let's say, Kenyan Americans. This is home for them. Although you bought land for them in Syokimau, you've built a beautiful mansion in your village. There is no way these children are going to leave this place and go back home. Number two, these children are not Kenyans and they're not Americans. These children are in between. They are the generation, the next generation that is going to give to pure American children. So how else are we going to carry on our culture and tradition if we don't do things like this? And it's so admirable that, God had, put it in your heart and your community and whoever is supporting you, including your husband and I'm sure your children, for you to put such a thing together. Believe me, when Vera told me, this is my busy season, I'm self-employed, I just told Vera I'm coming. It's not about the money. It's about the network. Now, I didn't even know you're a doctor. Me, school is not my thing. I found out today. Network is your net worth.
Yes.
So now, can you imagine? now I have to add you on my list because now you're very valuable to me because me, books, no. So when I need doctor advice, anything, even to help my child do a study, I will look for you. You understand?
Yes.
And when I come to that event, and I'm very excited that I know I'm going to make friends. During my cousin's funeral, I met friends that have added value to my life. I was there for a funeral, but I created very good friendships that have really added, even they add money into my bank account. And I find that to be so priceless. So besides the event, we are going to come and socialize because, you know, most of us, we are so busy going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home. And we don't even have time to just chill and let somebody serve us. And that's the beauty of, you know, paying that ticket.
Yes.
You walk in your evening dress, they take you a picture, you go sit down, your food is served, somebody picks the plate. And in the process, we are slowly going to tackle mental health.
There you go.
Wellness, which is the month that we are doing mental health awareness, May. What you're doing, besides what you're doing, is creating self-awareness where we can come together, you know, meet each other and, you know, grow our networks. Because, you know, I have to say, on Thursday, I had a bad day at work. I was just mad. I got in and I was just annoyed. Then I'm like, I'm always preaching to people, you know, what to do when they have challenges. Then I'm like, can I treat myself as a doctor? I said, no, I can't. I can't treat myself. I just looked for anybody who could listen to me. That's how I managed to do my 8 hours, because I text, I called, I went. I was telling everybody how I felt, whether I was right or wrong.
Yes.
That talking helped me go through the 8 hours.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So
yes.
I thank you so much for, you know, for stepping up to do such a thing. I know it's a big thing, and it is not easy to put something like this together. But I'm here to assure you that we are going to try as much as we can. And I see someone already said that they are coming. Joseph Momani said they are coming. Vicky, hello. I see you guys. It's hard to see everybody that's on through StreamYard, but I want to thank everybody who has tuned in and everyone who's going to watch this. Let us come out and support our sister, Dr. Trufena. If you don't have a doctor friend, come on.
Actually, it's taken a community to get where I am, because
Yes.
we are doing this with my husband. And
oh, how did I lose her?
So
yeah,
it's been like you know, a family, and we have raised our children here.
yes.
And we thank God they're very successful. They have good jobs, and you know,
They
making
are
good
giving
money.
back. They give
And
back.
we want to give back together as a family.
That's nice.
Give back to the community.
That's nice.
Yes,
I like that. And as you said that, you just said something that in the African community, we are not supposed to say the kids are doing well and they're successful, they have good jobs. Thank you for saying that. Because
yes, I mean,
yes,
we have to be proud of what God has blessed us with.
Yes.
And also cognizant that there are also many parents who are struggling in that front.
Yes.
And that's why we have committed to guide children based on our own experience,
Yes.
to ensure that our neighbors' children succeed, you know, to be somewhere.
Nice.
And that's when our community gets better.
Nice.
Yes.
Dr. Trufena, I'm going to my contact and I'm going to edit your name and change it to Dr. Trufena Choti. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Penny, for having me.
You are welcome. And I will be talking to you so we can see what we need to support you. And thank you for agreeing to come and talk to me. I feel honored. I'm grateful.
Thank you so much for all you do for the community. I admire you. We need more pennies like you. Oh my God, you are awesome. Keep up with what you're doing, and with your husband, and you know, willing to share your life and your family life with everybody else. It takes courage, but I think you're on the right path for success.
Guys, did you hear that? Those of you who think I'm not doing the right thing, did you hear what Dr. Trufena said? Thank you, Dr. Truvena. Have a nice one. We'll keep chatting. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
There you have it. My goodness. So amazing. I like that. And you know, the way she finished it, I'm just and this was I think it came from my mom. My mom kept telling me, you can't tell people that you're doing well. Or you can't say that your marriage is okay. You can't say your kids are doing well. And how Trufena, Dr. Trufena, I should never call her name without putting Dr. Trufena, how she said that, you know, she thanks God that her children, they've raised their children are doing well, and their children are successful. And these children, their children, are probably very active in that project they are doing. And I'm sure their children are going to grow this thing to the next generation in Jesus' name. And that's something I learned when I went to Dubai. I waited to go to Dubai when I was turning 50. I could have gone earlier, but I'm glad I went there at 50 years old. And the thing that I picked very fast within like a day is the generational wealth that is in Dubai. The money that was made with people who died 100 years ago, being gone, and their names are everywhere, being gone, and every building you turn around is so and so. And it had me thinking, imagine at 50, I came to just open up my eyes. I'm like, wow, if I drop dead today, you know, what will my children have? What have I taught my children that they can continue what I have started? What have I put in place? Yes, I'm busy raising them, but what is that, you know, they will look back and say, you know what, mom did this and mom did that, and this is mom's brand. Was I working to leave something behind for my children or my grandchildren? Probably not. I was just raising my kids, but I did not really work hard to brand myself. So when I'm long gone, I leave something behind that is going to make people remember that I was there. And you know what? The people who go fast work harder, and that's us. And that's why I'm so proud of people like Dr. Trufena Choti, because and the husband and the family, because they've taken a step of faith. Now we are used to getting donations. We're used to getting Americans and Europeans coming to Africa to volunteer. This is our time to start volunteering. And one thing I like about Dr. Trufena's organization, they're dealing with people here locally. The Bible says that you have to start at home. I run a non-profit organization, but it is in Kenya, and I decided to start like with the children at home. But Trufena is doing it here. So when I'm doing mine, giving sanitary towels, paying kids school fees, she's going to come to me. When she's doing her farming and she's doing her food drives, I should be able to stop what I'm doing and I go to Maryland and be a part of the community outreach, because she's probably like 3 hours away from me. I should plan a day. I book a hotel on Thursday night, sleep overnight, check out in the morning, go do the food drive, and maybe I don't even need to check back in because I'm not rushing anywhere. Sleep overnight on Saturday morning and then come back, because she's doing something here on the ground. And with that said, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching this later, please go on where I have pinned and get your tickets. And even if you're not able to make it, donate wherever you can. Whether you're in Kenya or you're in Australia, they have a website. You can go on the website and donate anything little you can. There's nothing big, there's nothing small. You always just have to give something back as God touches you. And I always tell you, if you earn $100, eat $70, right? Save $10, right? Put it somewhere for a rainy day. Invest $10, put it in like a stock so it can grow. And then $10, give it to things like this. Donate to a program that or a non-profit organization that you believe in what they are doing. Give something. You can never just say you don't have anything. Always learn to give something back to your community. Don't be those people who are saying that, one day when I get the money, I will give. No, give whatever you can, even if it's 5 shillings, 10 shillings, $10. There is nothing little, $1. It is okay. Thank you so much for staying through. Please share this video. invite your friends to support Dr. Trufena and her community. And if you are in the Maryland, DMV, they call it, area, please come and celebrate with us. Come, let us network. Come, let us talk about business. And sometimes we go out there for other people. And then in the process, we do what? Come here, Ryan. In the process, come. No, come. In the process, we gain. Come. Come here. This child, come here. Tell them what you're doing for me from there. What are you doing?
I want to go outside.
Yeah, say it.
I want to go outside.
You want to go outside. What are you doing? You're signaling, right?
Yes.
Like how? Signal. Like, yeah? Because you don't know how to wait for me to finish.
I was signaling because.
Okay. So that's Ryan. He's signaling that he wants to leave. Okay, and yeah, they always say that when we are online, I always tell people that it's good to attend your family first. Never prioritize the online because you want to do things for people. Attend to your family members, especially for those of you who have small children.
Mom, what's that?
I don't know. Try to take care of yourself before you take care of everybody else. Thank you. God bless you and have a nice week. I appreciate you. I hope I inspired you, or Dr. Trufena inspired you to do something for your community. I hope you listened and learned something, and I hope you can learn something to enable you to go back to your community and give something back to your community. God bless you.